Well, g'day guys. Today we're going to look at the STUG, uh, German Tier 5 tank destroyer. Now, what you got to remember with tank destroyers is these guys, they're there to destroy tanks. It's very simple as that. But they're not a front line tank. It's not the sort of tank you want to run right up to the enemy and just stand there trading blows. That's what the heavy tanks are for, and a lot of people misunderstand the tank destroyer role. What I really like about the STUG is its mobility. It can dart around. It can change its location very well. It's got a fantastic gun accuracy. Rate of fire is awesome as well. But in this game, you'll see I head over to my favourite place over here on the right. Only for tank destroyers. I wouldn't go over here in a medium. I would go straight to the top of the hill. I know everyone else, I've directed them to the hill. Reality is we want our mediums to get up there. We want them to take the hill. If they don't, from my position here, I'm going to be able to lay some blows on them because of the gun dispersion, the gun accuracy, and our rate of fire. So you can see I've been spotted. Someone's come up here on the right, and thankfully I've got a bit of backup here, but I can just pound into the lower hull of this guy, and yeah, I got blocked a little bit, but still able to punch in there, even with very little target because of the gun accuracy is so great. So I didn't destroy him, my teammate did, but was still able to put some into him. And you can see here, this is a really good bit of gameplay here to actually show the brilliance of this STUG tank and the gun. Look, you're never going to win every battle with this tank, but if you put yourself in the right position and just be careful, you're going to get huge amounts of credit. You can do a lot of damage, and you can really transform a game. See that? I had nothing to aim at there, and most other tanks, most other guns would have missed. If that was a Soviet tank, I can guarantee you I would have hit the dirt. You know, but the accuracy of this German gun is so good, and the STUG was a really fun tank to play. But you know, like I said, you're not going to win every game with it, because if you don't get into a position like this where you can remain a little bit out of sight, out of mind, you're going to get hammered by the opposition. They are going to take you down because the armor, quite frankly, is pretty poor on it, and it'll take a few good hits, but you get hit on the side and it's pretty much game over. It's game over for this tank. But we've just got to sit back and just keep pounding into these guys. When you're doing this in a tank destroyer, I find it's always good to keep your eye on the map. Make sure you're not going to be, you know, suddenly surprised out of nowhere. It's real easy to get into what we call tunneling here. I've got tunnel vision on. I'm looking straight down the scope. I'm trying to get that accuracy of that gun to work for me. And the reality is, I just had a snapshot there and missed. If I was a bit more patient, I would have got that guy. But the reality is, if you're tunneling like this at the moment, like I am, it's so easy for someone to come up on you. You can just get surprised. But look at the accuracy of the gun. I mean, like I said, it doesn't have a huge amount of damage, but it damages often. And at this stage of the game, where we're clearly on top, and now it's just a case of mopping up, I don't even have to move anywhere. I can just sit here and just lay shots into people. There's 2 kills just without even trying. And look, we've wrapped this game up. You know, we've just got to mop up the last guy up there. It won't take long. The other blokes will get to it. I won't be able to get over there. There's no point me even trying to get to him. By the time I got there, they were going to take him out anyway. Yeah, good game, guys. Really well played. But you can see how just chipping away, we were able to do a lot of damage. 28,000 credits. I mean, a lot of people say, how do I get credits? These lower tier tanks in a good position are going to do that. Massive damage, 1,200. You know, clearly the highest amount of damage on the team. But, you know, from efficiency point of view, look how many hits, just one after the other. And damage each time because we were consistent. And that was the bit that you got to look at with this tank. If you're inconsistent, what's going to happen is you're going to get owned. You're going to miss tanks, you're going to miss your shots, and it's not a good thing. So try and get yourself in a position and see what you can do with it. So with the STUG, you know, like when you option this thing up, you've got the top gun, you've got the top engine, you've got the top track, look, it's a bit of a grind to get up there, and I've got to say, at some point, you sit back and you think, oh, why did I switch up from the Hetzer? I mean, the Hetzer is such a great tank. I love that tank, and in Tier 4, it's awesome. Go have a look at the other video on Hetzer if you want to, but with this tank here, once it was optioned up, look at the low profile of it. It doesn't stand out. It hasn't got a very big silhouette. Most people can't spot you. In Canal, you've got a lot of opportunity. There's a lot of opportunity here. Most guys who go into the middle here get absolutely hammered. It's a game of two flanks. You're either on the left or the right. And look, I've had success on both sides. I very rarely find anyone gets any success in the middle. It's kind of like, you know, you're in the middle, you're a target for everybody. So I've asked everyone here to go left. I think you'll find not everyone does. And look, to be honest, that's not a bad thing. If you've got someone who goes through to the middle there, at least they will light up the enemy for you. So long as you've got someone coming with you on the left here. Remember, this tank is not front line. We are a tank destroyer, and that's our primary function, is to destroy other tanks through, you know, just sheer ability to take them down. All the tank destroyer, you know, range have reasonably poor armor. The best thing this has got going for it is it's such a small silhouette, so you can sort of creep around the back here. You know, I can see these guys over on the map. You're always looking at the map when you're in a tank destroyer. You want to position yourself. Even if it's not in the right spot at the time, it's got to be a spot that's going to be right. And you can see here I've been spotted, but it's an opportunity. No, he's gone behind the building. I can't get him. So what do? I change tack. Okay, I'm going to look at a different target here, and I'm always looking at the map. Always, if you're tunneling with the snipe mode, you're only going to get one perspective, and it's a perspective of straight down the telescope. If you pull back and just have a look around, you might see some opportunities. The other thing is too, guys, please don't go knocking tank destroyers. If they're in position, they're aiming, and you need the accuracy of these guns. So if you go bumping into them while they're doing that, it's not going to help. The other thing is too, you can see I picked up a good kill there. The other thing with these is when you're moving into position, try not to expose yourself. Try not to be seen. If you are seen, roll back. Let yourself go invisible again, and then pop back up and take a shot. It's a tactic I like to use quite a bit. And you can see there, absolutely no one's on me here at all. I haven't even been spotted. I just sit back and take shot after shot. And like I said, these guys have gone into the middle. They're just cannon fodder for everybody else. It's not a good career move on this map. But look at the STUG. I've now gone, no, and changed position, put the hammer down. The thing's rocketing along at 40 kilometers an hour, 48 it got up to down the hill there, and I can just go and climb things too with it. It's keeping up with a lot of the medium tanks in the game, and I can just reposition, put myself in a better place to get hits on our enemy. And I suspect they're hiding over here, and lo and behold, few red dots pop up on the screen. But look at the accuracy. It doesn't do huge amounts of damage, but it does it often. Bounced off the back there. He's popping him into me. I've got enough armor to be okay here, because I know if I just hold out, I can finish him off. So again, if you've got enough armor in it like that, you can trade a few blows. It's got that ability to do that because of the rate of fire. You're always going to come out on top. Get onto the STUG. Remember, tank destroyers need good positioning. So if you're in that position where you've got a tank destroyer, try and get yourself into a good spot and try not to be seen. Roll yourself in and out. Again, 15,000 credits. People are always asking, how do I get credits? This is how you do it. You get a good tank and you absolutely play through it. Massive amounts of damage again. You know, it's a good tank to have in your armory, and certainly, you know, as far as tank destroyers go at Tier 5, I've got a lot of respect for the STUG, and even when I meet them on the on the game field, you know, you give them a lot of respect too, because the rate of fire will always pound you. So here we picked up a Confederate, which is more damage than top 4 players in your team. So it's a really good tank to be doing that sort of stuff with. Hope you've enjoyed the vid. Don't forget to subscribe. Love your work. Thanks for being around. Cheers, guys. See you on the battlefield.